freedom is a process having different phases or different stages, which we could call internal decisions and historical actions. The process is realized through the expression of free will. Independence is also a process having different stages made up of our decisions in key moments in time. And when we look back at these decisions, we can talk about development, about degrees of change, and the movement towards the final phase of independence, when you truly become free. For long periods of time, our history, unfortunately, did not belong to us. They called it annexation, but in reality, it meant occupation and half a century of slavery. For them, these were only lists with the names of our grandparents. But for our nations, it meant genocide. They thought our resistance was a kind of revenge, a fruitless endeavor, because they never understood what freedom truly means when it is more than a word. They persecuted and imprisoned us, and they called this peace. They wouldn't allow us into the free world because they didn't want us to see and understand its principles. They wouldn't allow us to gather and unite, but in the end, we refused to fear their prohibitions. Our internal freedom could not be contained. We broke out, feeling that we had truth and justice on our side, feeling that we stood together with our neighboring nations. The river of violence became the river of life. We raised our flags ever higher, yearning to be reborn as states, to have our own societies once more. We finally showed the world what unity really means. We showed everyone what we want to leave behind and what we want to join, what we want to emulate, and how we see our future. They told us we're making a mistake, that there's no turning back. You'll be sorry, they said, and they scared us with guns and blockades, but we held fast to each other's hands, and the reborn voice of our freedom was never silent again. Freedom is not a wall, but a bridge. It is not a barrier, but a connection. It is autonomy. It is a feeling that the hands we raise belong to us. Only connections born of the freedom to decide for ourselves can lead us out of our chains. Only they can allow us to mature as citizens, to grow as democracies, and to allow us to live in a community based on trust. We made the most important decisions together. We, the countries by the Baltic Sea, we, the people who call each other brothers and sisters. Our folk songs and legends, after all, are so alike. And even when we disagree, we always find a common language and a unified position on the essential issues. Our decisions, harmonizing with each other, allowed us to achieve what today we can call the symbols of independence. Today's act of disconnection is not just a symbol expressing our free will. It is another beginning for our independence. It is another story on our road to freedom. We have disconnected from the tension formed by lies and threats. We have connected to the energy of progress and new technology. We have disconnected from the currents of the past. We have connected to the networks that cover and create the world of the future. We have disconnected with an ode to independence that connects us to each other ever more securely. The tremor we feel at this moment in the countries by the Baltic Sea is the energy of the free world flowing through us, around us, above us, starting from today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Your Excellencies, the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda, the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, the President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda, the President of the Republic of Latvia, Edgars Rinkevičius, the President of the Seimas, Excellencies Ambassadors, Ministers, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, we're opening the ceremony of the Baltic States connection to the continental European electricity system, named the Energy Independence Day. Ladies and gentlemen, to commence the official ceremony, we invite to the stage His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Lithuania, Gitanas Nausėda.
Your Excellencies, dear colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, it is a great honor and privilege to welcome you all here in Vilnius. This is a historic day, marking the end of a long journey for Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. Having started with the restoration of political independence in the early 90s, today we proudly declare to have finally achieved full energy independence. For Lithuania, every new step along the way, building the Būtingė oil and Klaipėda LNG terminals, as well as boosting green energy, has brought more security and freedom of action. This allowed us to become the first European country to eliminate trade in gas, oil, and electricity with Russia. Today, we witness a truly regional triumph born out of close cooperation. Having walked the last mile together, the Baltic States are breaking away from hostile dependencies once and for all. Proudly assuming part of our joint responsibility for frequency control, we turn our backs to the old centralized system controlled from Moscow. From now on, having synchronized our electricity systems with the networks of continental Europe, we are fully integrated with the European energy market. Our joint success, which would be impossible without the participation of our close friend Poland, shows the true value of solidarity and unity, the core principles of the European Union. It sends a strong message of encouragement across the entire continent. Everyone can see now that even in these challenging times, great projects of geopolitical importance can and should be implemented. At the same time, we understand there is much more to do. Witnessing systematic attempts to disrupt critical underwater infrastructure in the Baltic Sea, and also direct military attacks on Ukrainian infrastructure, we must work on ensuring the security of our strategic assets. This must be done at both the national and European levels. The goal that we share with Latvia, Estonia, and Poland is to improve our resilience and promote sustainable economic growth. For Lithuania, this means building more links with our neighbors, such as Harmony Link, and developing new ambitious regional projects such as Hydrogen Corridor and Energy Hub. Ladies and gentlemen, it was a great joy today to greet dear colleagues from Poland, Estonia, Latvia, and the European Commission here in Vilnius. While congratulating every country involved in this project, I would like to send special thanks to the European Commission. From the very beginning, the Commission recognized the synchronization of the Baltic States as a strategic project for the European Union and provided substantial financial support. Thank you, dear Ursula. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to all those who worked tirelessly to make synchronization possible, both on the political and a technical level. Your dedication strengthened our countries, enhanced our joint energy security, and most importantly, ensured the safety of our people. Let the synchronization of the Baltic States serve us all as a reminder that great ideas, political will, and collaboration bring about positive change that is always needed. Let our success help us build a resilient and prosperous future in Europe. Thank you.
Please welcome to the stage the President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen.
My fellow leaders, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, what a day to be in Vilnius. What a day for Lithuania, Latvia and Estonia. What a day for your close neighbors, such as Poland. And what a day for Europe. Because today, history is being made. The Baltic States are switching on energy independence. No more reliance on Russia. No more external control. From this moment on, you are fully connected to Europe. And what a journey it has been. 18 years of planning. The Baltics working hand in hand with Poland and the Scandinavian countries. More than 40 infrastructure projects, over 1.2 billion euros in European investment, tireless cooperation between governments, engineers and institutions. All of it was worth it, because today we're not just talking about energy. As you've said, rightly so, Gitanas, synchronization is about sovereignty. We remember 1990, when the Soviet Union imposed an economic and energy blockade on reborn Lithuania, a desperate act to stop independence. Yet here we are today, standing together, 35 years later, cutting the last dependence on Russian energy. Congratulations. For too long, we Europeans depended on Russian energy. Before Russia's invasion of Ukraine, 45% of our gas, 50% of our coal, and nearly 1/3 of our oil came from Russia. It seemed cheap, but you knew better. From your history, you knew Russian energy came at a price. Blackmail, price shocks, economic uncertainty. So we acted. With Repower EU, we slashed our dependency on Russian fossil fuels. We stopped importing Russian coal. We cut Russian oil purchases down to 3%. We reduced gas imports by 75%. And today, the last electricity grids in Europe that were still linked to Russia are now fully integrated in Europe's internal energy market. Our cooperation proves when we stand together, no one can blackmail us. This story is also about resilience. Russia targets European infrastructure, testing our defenses, spreading chaos and fear. And once again, the Baltic States lead by example. You have invested heavily in your cybersecurity of your grids. You're constantly strengthening them. And this is how we must think all across Europe. That is also why we asked President Niinistö to prepare a new blueprint for European preparedness. His report is absolutely clear. We must move from reacting to preparing. Closer coordination between member states. Better protection of our critical infrastructure. Readiness across government and society to defend the European way of life. The Baltic synchronization makes us stronger, more resilient, better prepared for the future. And we cannot talk about the future without clean energy. Synchronization with the continent will help integrate renewable energy into your grids. This is not only cheaper, it gives us energy security and independence. It's homegrown. It creates good jobs at home here in Europe. And it is good for our competitiveness. A strong economy needs cheap, stable, and reliable power. And the Baltic States are leading this transformation. You are investing in solar and wind, offshore wind. You are building smart grids. You are proving that energy independence and clean energy can go hand in hand. Across Europe, renewables now generate more electricity than all fossil fuels combined. This is the future. It benefits consumers and industry, lowers energy cost, more investment, greater innovation. But we must go further. This is why we will complete the European Energy Union so that power flows seamlessly and freely across our continent. So yes, my dear friends, today is a day to celebrate, because this is about more than energy. It is about European integration. It is about European sovereignty. It is about proving once again that when we come together, we can move mountains. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, you are at the heart of Europe. You work tirelessly for this moment. And today, all of Europe celebrates with you. Long live the Baltics, long live Europe. Thank you very much.
Please welcome to the stage His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Poland, Andrzej Duda.